Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about my favorite tarot decks. Starting off with my least favorite tarot deck from all of my collection, the one that I use the least because I also find it the most complicated and hard to use, actually goes to the Disney Villains tarot deck. And this is mostly because it's very hard to associate the meanings of the cards, the symbolism behind it, with the villains in where they fit, where they are placed. Because a lot of the villains, I feel like there was no thought behind the position or why we're putting certain characters in certain situations. And I do like things that make sense. And this one doesn't quite make that much sense. I feel like we already have a lot to think about and feel intuition-wise when we're taking tarot. I cannot afford to have the cards confusing me in the process of the reading as well. For the 7th position of my most favorite tarot decks of all time, we have the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck. It has wonderful illustrations. The one downside of it is definitely the fact that the Minor Arcana doesn't have the suits attached to them. So it's within the actual cards. It just has 1, 2, 3, the actual numbers. It doesn't really indicate if it is related to the swords, to the wands, to the coins or pentacles, or to the cups. And that is the only reason why this takes a lower ranking. But the illustrations are again mesmerizing. Sixth place of my most favorite tarot decks of all time, we have the White Tarot deck because of the symbolism. I do find that the illustrations are not as exciting as they could be, but it's good enough for what it does. The 5th position of my most liked tarot decks of all time definitely goes to Spheres of Heaven The illustrations are beautiful, but they're mostly confined on the major arcana and the court cards. There's no full illustrations on the actual number cards, so the minor arcana, the majority of them. Tarot is still beautiful, but it's not as easy to identify the symbolism because we don't have as many illustrations on that. And that is the reason why this goes into the 5th place and not earlier positions. For the 4th place of my favorite tarot decks of all time goes to Tarot of the Golden Wheel. So this one actually has a lot of watercolor illustrations to it and it's very, very nice. Most favorite tarot deck of all time is definitely White Numen. Look at this box, by the way. Attention to how this box opens. It's just so cool. It has a very stylized look in the designs, and it's just so beautiful to look at as well. My second most favorite tarot deck of all time is definitely Ethereal Visions. It has this Art Deco style and it's just so, so beautiful. Highly recommend. So my most favorite tarot deck of all time, the one that to me checks every box, has the beauty, has the simplicity, has the symbolism behind it. It's easy to understand, it's easy for me to play with. Definitely goes to Tarot of the Divine. Most favorite of all time by far. Some honorable mentions. We have the Zombie Tarot deck, which is quite interesting as well. I guess we should have it like this. We also have the Cartoon Network Tarot deck. It just contains the major arcana, so it's a very just 22 cards, but the illustrations are just really cool, and that's how you pull it. Is not the same as a tarot deck. A reminder that a tarot deck actually contains major arcana, minor arcana, and then we can tell predictions in that way. An oracle deck, it's different in the sense that we would take one card with a meaning behind it, and that usually is the reading on its own. We don't necessarily get a spread, we don't get the present obstacle, past, present, future. The oracle deck can actually help us further understand the meanings and message of the actual tarot reading. But it's not a necessity to have. It is easier if you want to choose one or the other and you just want to have an easy time and get one card and see what the message is. Very straightforward. The oracle card will help you with that. The tarot, you might need to break things down a little bit further, which can actually help also if you know what you're talking about. If you're able to translate what the tarot deck is saying, you can actually get a lot more in-depth information and a lot of in-depth meaning behind it. And then the oracle card can accompany and further push that information into even a deeper level. But if that is too complicated and you find the tarot too overwhelming, because the 78 cards after all, maybe just get the oracle card and you're good to go. From all of the oracle decks that I have, my favorite actually goes to Believe in Your Own Magic oracle deck. It's just very cute and very pretty to look at. And the messages inside are also very nice. The illustrations, again, are a highlight of this deck for sure. Another example of a beautiful oracle deck that I have is the Woodlands Wardens. It's, again, very beautiful and very nice to look at. Another winner for the oracle decks that I absolutely love is the Green Switch Oracle deck. It's very beautiful. The minis are also really cool. And then the final position, mostly an honorable mention more than anything, is another Oracle deck will be Music Oracles, which is just a very fun game if you want to play in parties or just allow people to have fun and figure out what musician would they be, what are the perks or personality traits they could potentially have. This one is definitely a good one to play around with. So this one is not as in-depth as some of the others with some more sensitive messages, but it's more fun. This one is if you want to play around. Helpful for you, and hopefully you're going to be able to figure out a tarot deck that you can play with, which is the next tarot deck that you're going to purchase, or maybe what to stay away from, because you know we need something that is useful more than anything, because if we're not using, then it is really a waste of time and money. Hopefully you can add some more items in your wish list. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to share some other decks as I'm purchasing them. You just can never have enough, you know. Have a great day and wonderful readings. Bye everyone. Thank you for watching.